Hello guys, Ajay this side once again, and today in this new video what I'm going to explain you end-to-end session for natural language processing. The simulator I'm going to use here is MATLAB, and the entire version of source code is open source. You can get in the comment section of the video, and you can get it from our website rsi-ai.com, where you can see every input process, architecture, and the network model of this convolutional neural network, n-gram, multiple n-gram network architecture. Okay, so I'll move toward this. This model look like something like Google, where every convolutional block actually separately processing, depth analysis of features, and thereafter combine all those features and then flatten the layer, softmax, and thereafter move toward the classification purpose. But before moving this architecture, I would like you to explain few things about natural language processing. So guys, here I move toward my data first, and then I come back to what we are going to hear. I'll explain you natural language processing. Thereafter, I move toward n-gram. I guess most of the guys used to heard about what is n-gram, how it is, what is the benefit of n-gram in natural language processing, where these n-gram systems are used. Then I'll move toward how we can process a data set in MATLAB, text data, which is big enough. Thereafter, I'll convert those text data into image data so that I can apply convolutional neural network in it. And as the data containing lots of words, so I'll make a hybrid of multiple n-gram model, train it and predict it, and at the end of the video. Here we go. So this is all about, this is the text file, test data. Okay, the similar type of data file I'm using for the training purpose. So in this file, these are some, weather weather events, which is narrative by newspaper or things like that, and these are the event type when the narration is something like a snowfall amount 1 to 2 feet were measured across the area, wind gust of 20 to 40 mile per hour produces areas for blowing the drift and snow, and these events represent that there is a winter storm on that area. State is UTH. I don't know about the states much. Okay, this is the event ID. The date was 1st February 2016. Okay, and how the duration of storm and things like that. So, in this, in this implementation, what we will do, we will use only the event narrative as an input, create this text data into, after tokenization, we will convert this text data into image data and train corresponding to the event type. This is our target vector, and as you can see, there are some unique event and some type of input. So this model is a classification model which will get trained corresponding to fixed size of classes. So let's move forward, and I'll explain you everything. This is the script. Okay, so before move to our script, I'm going to explain you line by line what these line means, and what how what are the benefit of these lines. So in MATLAB, they provide combinations of word dictionary, that possible how many words can frame a sentence, so that we can actually tokenize with the help of embedding dictionary. That's this embedding dictionary somewhat work like encoder, decoder in we used to do in Python. So in MATLAB, they provide a word embedding dictionary. So each dictionary, this vocabulary containing around 99 lakhs, words, like words and symbols like the, and, of, in, so whenever we parse a particular sentence, it actually map that center corresponding to the number. Let's say the stand for second. So whenever the occurs, it will say it will convert that text data into a numerical vector. Let's say I'm going to say, let's say the and o. So it will actually map that input text into the a unique set of vector. Okay, and that's how in MATLAB we would be able to process large text data into numeric data, and after converting that numeric data, we would be able to create a symbolic numeric data into a form of a rectangular matrix, just like in image. And after converting that matrix into image, we would be able to apply convolutional two-dimensional neural network, a block of it, and perform the classification. Okay, so the fast embedding, what it fast embedding do, it basically containing the lots of words from the dictionary that can possibly frame a sentence. Once we have this fast embedding system in our database, there's a built-in function available in MATLAB, tabular text data store. I guess you guys have seen my previous video. If not, then you can go my previous video of convolutional neural network in MATLAB, where I have explained that whenever a folder or a subfolder containing number of images, a built-in functionality provided by the MATLAB, where we can directly load those images, and the label will be the file folder name. In the same way, um, for text data processing, there's a built-in functionality provided by the MATLAB, which is known for tabular text data store, where we can name the text input features, and the label name by the title of that any column, and this text data store containing full file corresponding to text name. This is the feature input feature and label name. As in the beginning section of the video, I told you my features are the event narrative, like whenever the rain is occur, or what sort of action it is representing. Let me open the text data again for you guys. So text narrative, like heat indices of 110 degree represent an event type excessive heat. Okay, so this is our input, this is the title of that column, this is our target vector excessive heat, and this is the column name that containing a target vector. So text data store, what it will do, it actually grab that column name and map that column name with the help of tabular text data store. Okay, and I use this weather report train.csv file for training purpose. Okay, so I will show you the preview of it. You can see first 8 text name, tree large down between the pencil, one of the tree 3 feet, and there's lots of sentence, few tree limbs greater than 6 inches down to highway in the Roseland. Okay, these are top text, top event narrative present in the CSVs. Let's move forward. After seeing the preview, okay, text data store, we can read the label as well from those text data store, and understand how many unique label we have in entire train.csv. Okay, so you will see here there are 39 unique label we have, like astronomical, low tide, avalanche, blizzard, coastal flood, cold, wind chill, debris flow, dense fog, drought, dust. the blah blah. Okay guys, so we have 39 unique label, and total size of file is 19,683 event narrative, which containing these unique 39 labels. When we move forward after seeing unique 39 label, it's time to convert, transform. That's the main part of program. Transform that data into sequence, into an image type with the help of embedding vector, and the dictionary provided by the MATLAB. Okay, and corresponding to class name. So now I'm going to do it. Okay, one more thing guys, let it be done first. I would like you to show there is a built-in transform text data function, and that is available in MATLAB. You will see here there's a process to call a text data process. There's a set process to call each data sequence with the help of tabular text data. Okay, and transform function will be used to drag that information into from the text data store. Okay, and thereafter after processing that store, it convert all text, whatever the text available, whether it is a lowercase or higher case, convert into the lowercase. Thereafter it tokenize the document. That is also the built-in function. After tokenizing the document, it convert the document into the sequence document with the help of embedding dictionary. Once the document is basically converted into numerical data, it reshapes the document in the form, in the way we want the end type of document, and label that document with its class name. So this once after using the transform function, the output we will obtain having, instead of having a unique a vector of a string vector, we will have a numeric vector of image, and I can show you that text data. So guys, after processing the input data, these are the first 8 previews of I've shown you, like large tree down between Pennsylvania Netherlands will get converted in a single type two-dimensional matrix containing numeric values. Okay, and this happens with all type of data. Once we will convert text data into an image vector, it's time to create a model, which a deep learning model, which you can process n-gram, multiple text data, and process it, classifying it, and would be able to predict uniquely 39 target vectors. So before moving toward how to create deep convolutional neural network, it's more important to understand why we will create a model like this. Okay, we can create a direct sequential model where input, thereafter convo, batch normalization, ReLU, dropout, max pooling, depth. Depth is for only for combination, so depth do not required. If you process the sequential model, then flatten, soften, and classification layer. Why we create such type of model? So it's really important to understand what is the role of n-gram. Okay, in any article, whenever you will be working in natural language processing, you most of the time you heard about 1 gram, 2 gram, 3 gram, bigram, x gram, blah blah gram. To use, they process, they create a bigram model and get the output. They create trigram model and get the output. What is the meaning of gram? So the gram meanings in natural language processing, it is actually a sequence of words which is being considered to predict the next word. It is most of the time using uh, you will see an practical application of it, in language modeling, and whenever you type any text in mobile, that's a practical example applications where the n-gram model will be used. So here, let's say, to understand the n-gram, let's say, whenever I say, do you understand, guy, I used to say, okay. Do you understand? And okay, understand, that means if I create a bigram model after understand, I used to say okay. Okay, so this is the, okay, I again say okay, this is the sequence. Okay, that will be a bigram model. Let's say create a block of convolutional neural network. So bigram, if I apply a bigram model with it, so bigram look like this. Okay, create a, that means create a followed by create, okay, a block followed by okay, and thereafter block of and convolutional followed by of. So you will see with the 1 2 3 4 5 words, bigram model will look like this. So whenever create occur, it suggests next word a. Whenever a occur, it always suggests next word block. Whenever block occur, it suggests off. Whenever off occur, it suggests convolution. So here, in whenever when a sequence of a word will be followed by only one word, we used to say such model is bigram, 2-gram model. If this, if next word will follow a sequence of 2 words, we used to say such type of model trigram model. If followed by 3 words and fourth one predict, used to say 4-gram model. If followed by 4 and predict next, we used to say 5-gram model. As you can see here, we have big data and lots of words are there. What I thought, it's rather good to create concatenation layers of concatenate convolutional neural layer which process different type of n-gram model and combine those features and predict an outcome. So that's why what I did here, I created a model containing 5 layer of by, try, 4, 5 and 6-gram model. Okay, so here the convolutional neural net, that's why this network look like. In a very initial architecture of this network, it always look like this. Containing input and n 2-gram, 3-gram, 4-gram, 5-gram and 6-gram model. Okay, what is the meaning of 2-gram, 3-gram? In first convolutional layer, the filter size is 1 by 2. In second convol layer, the filter will be 1 by 3. In third convol layer, filter will be 1 by 4. Fifth one, 1 by 5. Sixth one, 1 by 6. Thereafter, every layer will be same. Okay, only the number of filter changes. Once we have such type of model, it's time to draw an output softmax layer. So output softmax layer will look like this. Okay, these are the built-in function. You can get it from MATLAB or internet. N stand for gram, but as I told you, first convolutional layer, number of filter. Okay, its name, convolutional name. So 1 by n, that means how to say this, for 2-gram it will be 1 by 2, for 3-gram it will be 1 by 3, blah blah blah. Okay, filter size. block size, and where we are. So let's convert an output layer. So this is our output layer. Okay, depth, flatten, softmax, and classification. For classification, most of the time we use softmax layer. Okay, depth concatenation layer combine all the features of in multiple feature processing of convolutional layer and concatenate those blocks. So it's time join those blocks directly by the name, and the final architecture will look like this, containing the 39 classes in the classification layer. Okay, once we have this model ready, the model always take input size. So one and represent the input size, input layer. Input layer, the size will be defined here. The input size. Our input size is 1 multiplied by 300 multiplied by 30. Okay, and move. So it's time to train our model. For initializing the training, we need to declare training option. I'm using Adam optimize here. Number of epochs is 10. Batch size is mini batch. Data for validation is TDS validation data, which is processed the same way we process the trained data. And finally, the output. Once we design the parameter, it's time to train our model. It takes some time. So once the training is initialized, I'll pause the video and resume the video once training will resume. Training will finish. So guys, training will get start shortly. Processing is done, and the training at the end, once the training will complete, you can see entire training process and accuracy and loss in this figure. So it is start converging as loss decreasing significantly. Let's wait for some time. I'm pausing the video here and resume once the training will get finished. So guys, my validation accuracy almost get stabilized here. So I'm stopping this training process in between, and we'll see the validation performance. I have used here single GPU. And if you guys don't have GPU, you can use MATLAB server. They provide GPU enable server, and you can train your model directly over there. Let's see training paused or not. Final validations accuracy is something around 88%. You can further train this model to achieve better performance. Because of time limitations, I am training. I am stopping the training. So after stopping the training process, let's see the performance in weather report test.csv. These are the independent files, and see the how much validation testing accuracy you can achieve. The way to process the data is the same way as we process the data for training and validations. Text data will convert it into image data, and then after uh, process that data into you know pre-trained network and perform the classification, obtain the y prediction value, and compare the y predicted value with the original value, and see the performance. So you can see here guys, we have achieved 87% accuracy in test data, not fully trained but semi-trained model. You can further train the model. The entire version of source code is available on in our website. Okay, the link is given on the description section of the video. Along with, I have provided my number. If you further need any help and you have some custom requirement for natural language processing, you can directly WhatsApp me. I hope you understand and you like this video. I try my best to explain you. Even if you have any query, you can write your query in the comment section and I'll respond over there. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching this video, and enjoy your journey of data science. Bye bye.